Hey, how are you all? How are you all? I welcome you all to Let's Upgrades, yet another essentials program in HTML and CSS. So before we move on, right, can I get some noise in the chat? Where all locations you guys are joining from? Like we are joining from Mumbai. So yeah, myself Prasad and I'm joining from Mumbai. Can I get to know from which all locations you are joining for this HTML and CSS program? And one more confirmation: is my voice and video, clear and crisp for to you, or is some disturbance? Please give me a confirmation so we can go ahead and start with the whole session. Okay, so I see a lot of responses: Aurangabad, Jaipur, Baramati, Ghaziabad, Raigad, Patna. Wow. So everyone and anyone from outside. Okay, so there's a lot of noise in the chat. That's amazing. So we have around 250 students learning with us today HTML and CSS. Before we move ahead with this program, right? So I'm going to brief you all about what is the process to complete this program successfully and to get your certification. How is the exam going to be? Yes, there's going to be a small exam before you get the certification. And in these 3 days, right, the people who are very new to web development or want to make their career in web development can get the basics knowledge and get started with the help of Saurabh Gupta, who is of course going to be your trainer for the whole 3 days. So we are going to learn HTML and CSS. So again, he's going to explain you the curriculum, how you're going to get started and everything. But before we move ahead, let me take you to a quick walk around about essentials program at Let's Upgrade, how to get started, how to register, how to attend the program, how to mark your attendance, how to appear for the exam, and how to get your certificates, right? So let me just quickly add my screen share. Just give me a moment. Yeah. Okay, so just give me a confirmation, right, when you are able to see my screen. Are you guys able to see my screen? Great. Thank you for that confirmation. So yeah, so once again, I welcome you all to Let's Upgrade, yet another essentials program, that is HTML and CSS 0 to hero, as it says, right? You are going to start from the very basics of HTML and CSS and master the basics, and then you can go ahead and start with learning other frameworks and everything, right? So before we move ahead, as you all are joining live on YouTube, right, it is very mandatory for you guys to go ahead and register for this program. When I say register, right, if you have not registered yet, here's the link. You can see the same link in the description below, registration link, right? I am going to just also copy paste the link for you guys and put in the chat so that you guys can go and register if you have not registered yet. Just let me put my mobile so I can see your chat as well. Okay, so here is the link. If you have not registered yet, please go ahead and register for this program. Let me also pin in the chat. Yeah. So this is the link which you have to go and register for if you have not registered yet, so that you can register, enroll yourself successfully and get all the benefits of the program, right? This is how the website is going to look like. You have to just go ahead and enroll for this program. This is the button. Just go and hit enroll, and it's going to enroll you for the program, and that marks you as a successful enrollment into the HTML and CSS program. And this process is very much mandatory for you to mark your attendance, for you to get your exam eligibility, and for you to get your certification, right? I hope I am clear with this. You have to go and register first. Now let's see the second process. Let's see the second step. Second step after registering, right, second step is to attend daily for 3 days, right? So your classes are going to be today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, same time, 6:30 to 7:30. Make sure that you guys are going and attending the session live, marking the attendance for all the 3 days. If you mark the attendance for 3 days, guys, you are going to be eligible for a small exam. When I say exam, it's going to be a small, you can say 20 minutes, 15 questions of MCQ questions, where we are going to test whether you have actually understood what is being taught in HTML and CSS. And once you clear the exam, within 2-3 days, you're going to get an email and your soft copy certificate. The certificate will also be available for your download in this section, letsupgrade.in/my certificates. I am going to take you to a tour after this to show where to see the exams, where to see the certificate as well. And of course, you are going to need 200 LU coins to download your certificate after completion of program. Now, you might have questions. What are LU coins? How to earn that? I don't have any LU coins. So I'm going to explain you everything. Now, let's go on to the tour of the website before we jump onto the program. Now, once you log in into the program, right in this corner, right, you're going to see the number of LU coins you currently hold. What are LU coins? You can just click on the LU coins button and see. LU coins is basically a Let's Upgrade currency with which you can do many things, like get your certificate downloads or participate into events which are coming very soon, and then you can buy merchandise from a merchandise store which is going to launch in some months. And you can also use LU coins to get discounts on our premium programs. Now, once this program, I'll just wait for it to open. Meanwhile, if you have enrolled in the program, right, this is the reward section. Let me just open. I guess there's some. Guys, is my net working? Are you able to hear me clearly? Just give me a confirmation. I believe there's some issue with my net. Yeah, I'll explain how to mark your attendance as well. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so I believe there's some issue with my net. Yep. So you can see, right, for all the programs you have enrolled, right, you are going to get coins. For enrolling in, see, there are two ways you can earn coins. One, enrolling into as many as programs as you can. Second is sharing those your unique you invite links with your friends. So all you have to do is head over to the refer section. There's some issue with my net, guys. I believe that's the reason it's taking too much time. There's some speed issues. Okay, I'll just explain in the PPT I have actually mentioned the points. So yeah, see, this is the whole thing. All you guys need to do is refer your friends. It's free of cost program. Get your invite code, refer your friends, and then you will be able to get coins. Of course, also, as we have the Let's Upgrade monthly leaderboard, right, you're going to climb up the ladder, and all the top 3 winners are going to get amazing prizes. Like this month we had Bluetooth earphones, smart watches, and Amazon coupons, and every month we do this. So every month 3 lucky winners get prizes. So as you can see, right, refer and earn. There's some issue with my net today. So this is the page you can actually go and check. I'll just open the leaderboard besides as well to if it actually loads on the speed. So these are the links, right? Okay, there's some issue with my net for sure. Okay, there's some issue. So these are the 2 links which you have to check: leaderboard and earn. Refer and earn. Once you go on the refer and earn, right, you will get your unique reference. You can say unique referral link with which you can share the link to your friend and get LU coins. Once the student enrolls from your link, you can go and check your rewards in the reward section here. And they are basically scratch cards. So as many as cards you have, you can just go and get your coins added to your profiles, and that's how you can earn LU coins. Now, how to mark your attendance, right? So now once you start learning, right, once you start learning for the program, this is the description, and it has all the links. Like if you have not registered, you have to register using this link. You have your calendar to add to your Google Calendar to make you get your reminders. This is the attendance form, guys, very important. The attendance form is also available in the description. So make sure that every day you are filling the attendance form to mark your attendance. And this is the community group where you can see all the details about your program, right? It's going to look something like this, where all your batchmates are added. You can post anything, you can ask questions here if you're not getting anything, and our team and other classmates are going to help you, right? So I am hope it's very clear about the whole program. To just summarize it, I'm just going to summarize it very quickly, and then we'll head over to the learning of HTML and CSS. First step is to register for the essentials if you have not done. Second step is to attend the sessions daily for 3 days and mark your attendance. Third step is to give a small exam and clear that and get the certificate, and have 200 LU coins to download that certificate. Okay, so I hope I am very clear. Yeah. So with that, I'll like to call, let me just remove my screen. I'll like to call Saurabh Gupta into the stream, who is going to be a trainer. So welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Hi, Prasad. I'm good. I'm really good. and I'm excited to
Great.
teach this.
So
I can
we
see a
have
lot of
around,
familiar names.
so we have around what 500 over students. So I'll just hand the session over to
Yes,
you.
I see.
All
Yeah.
the best, and all the best to you guys. Make sure you're getting the maximum out of these 3 days, and you get started with the web development journey. Over to you, Saurabh, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prasad. Okay. Let me just share my screen. And Paridhi, can you please share my screen in the full screen mode? Okay. Thank you so much, Paridhi. Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, so good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Good evening to all the names that have gone up, and I can see a lot of familiar names, and I'm very happy to see it. So, good evening, everyone. Good evening, guys, and welcome to the day one of this HTML and CSS essentials, where in 3 days we will try to learn as much HTML and CSS as possible, and we will also try to create something out of it. Okay, so first of all, I hope everyone here is excited, as because I am very excited to. I am always excited to do HTML and CSS because this was the first thing I learned in my web development journey. So I am always excited to teach HTML and CSS, and I would like to give you a lot of things in these 3 days about HTML and CSS. Okay, so I hope everyone is excited, and good evening to all the people who know me. For all the people who don't know me, my name is Saurabh Gupta, and I am by profession a web and app developer, and I teach at Let's Upgrade. Okay, and I can see a lot of familiar names, so I'm really happy to see all of them. So welcome Utpal, Francis. I saw some familiar names. Okay, you have basic knowledge. That's amazing. So let's see, guys. So now, see, guys, again, we are starting from scratch. Okay, and as first thing I'd like to mention is we cannot complete everything in 3 days. But I promise you, whatever you get from here will be a really great Kickstarter for your development journey, for your web designing journey, actually. Okay, so let's go and let's start right away. So again, guys, welcome to HTML and CSS essentials. Now let's remove it and let's actually start talking about the things that we're going to learn. Okay. So before we move ahead, guys, I just want to ask one thing. Do you guys know what is HTML? Everyone, let me ask you. Let me just get few answers in the chat, guys. Do you guys know what exactly is HTML? Try to explain it. Don't tell me the full form. Okay. Come on, everyone. What is HTML according to you? I'll write the full form here so that you guys don't tell me the full form. It's hypertext markup language. Okay, again, my spelling mistake. Come on, guys, waiting for some answers. Programming language? No, Ankit, it's not a programming language. It's a markup language. First thing, it's a skeleton of web page. Correct. Structure? Yes. Language? Yes. Basic structure, skeleton, front end? Yes. Part of a front end. Structure of web pages. HTML is like a backbone of website. Correct. We can say that. Design. Okay, the charts are bursting now. Amazing. I can see most of the answers are really correct. Okay, guys, so let's go and let's try to understand in next 5 minutes what exactly is HTML so that we can start it, so that to all the new people are here. So even if there is one person who is very new to this, they can also understand it. So let's start it from scratch. So guys, what is HTML? As the full form says, it is a hypertext markup language. But that doesn't say what actually HTML does. So let's actually talk about what does HTML do and how we can use it, and what will be the role of HTML in our web designing, web development journey. So HTML is nothing but a language that helps you to create web pages and content on it. HTML is simply a language that helps you to create web pages and the content on it. Now, when I say that it's a language that helps you to create web pages, what exactly do I mean? So let's try to understand it as well. So let me open a Chrome page. Okay. And let's say you go to something like flipkart.com or any site, apple.com, you can go to any kind of site. Okay. So now whatever components you see here, everything, images, text, everything, this whole page, so every this page and also all the things that you see on this page, the content, the text, the images, everything, the button, the field, all of this is created by HTML. HTML is the language that is needed to create this web page as well as all the content that you see on this page. That's what HTML does. That's it. That's all, guys. Simple. So HTML is a language that helps you to create web pages and put content on it. And when I say content, content means it can be text, it can be images, it can be audio, it can be video, it can be what do you say, uh, tables, right? You might have seen some tables on web pages someday. Okay, then input fields that you see where you enter your data and all that. Plus, you also have seen buttons, right? These are some example of the content that you put on a web page. That's it, guys. That's what HTML does. Very simple to understand, nothing very great. So the full form is hypertext markup language, and it is basically used to create web pages and put content on it. And when I say content, it is something like this: text, images, audio, video, table, input, buttons, and let me just mention etc. So if in any case I'm missing something, it is still covered. That's it. That's what HTML does. Okay. Second thing, I can see a lot of people mentioning HTML is a programming language. No, that is not correct. HTML is mentioning I am a markup language. HTML is not a programming language, guys. It doesn't have any logic or something like that. A programming language is something where you have some logic, where you have some calculations. Here, we are not going to have any logic or calculation. It is simply a markup language. When I say a markup language is something like a structural language which is used to create structures. And by using HTML, we are going to create a web page structure and put elements in it. That's why the language name is HTML. It's a markup language. And just like when you start understanding or learning any language, there is a way to write it. Just like that, as HTML is a markup language, the way we write HTML is in terms of something called as tags, something that looks like this. HTML is always written in something called as tags. So what exactly is a tag? A tag is nothing but something that helps you to create your element. So there will be a tag that will create text for you. There will be a tag that will create image for you. There will be a tag that will create audio for you. So in the HTML language, there is a tag for everything. Now don't worry, we will see what tags are, how do they look, how to work with them. Don't worry about them. Just try to understand what I'm saying. So there is a tag for everything in HTML. You want to create audio, there's a tag. You want to show a video on the web page, there is a tag. You want to put an image on the web page, there is a tag. You want to create a button on the web page, there is a tag. That means when we are learning HTML, we are basically learning what are the tags and which tag to use for which thing or to create which thing. That is what learning HTML means. That's it. That's all. So guys, so far from our whole understanding, what we have understood, the full form of HTML is hypertext markup language. It is basically used to create web pages and put content on it like text, image, audio, video. It's a language which is basically used to structure things. Okay, so it is written in tags, and there is a tag for creating anything. So there's a tag for creating an image, there's a tag for creating a video. And we just have to learn how many tags are there and which tag is going to create which thing. That's it. That's all, guys. That's all. Now, don't worry, we'll go in a little more detail, but that's the basic understanding of HTML that you should have. So, when someone asks you about HTML, instead of just answering them skeleton of a page or just a markup language or just what do you say, a web page or something like that, answer them like this. That's it. HTML is hypertext markup language, which is used to create web pages and put content on it, like images, text, audio. It is written in terms of tags. That's all. That's the best answer you can give because that's the explanation. Now, a lot of people are asking me what exactly is markup. So see guys, whatever tags you write, the other name of tags is what you call as markup. Now see guys, there are category of languages in this world, right? You might have heard of programming languages. You might have heard of query languages like SQL. It's another category of languages. You might have heard of scripting languages, right? JavaScript, Python. Now they are also considered programming because programming and scripting are very close. Then, just like that, you have one more category that is markup. So HTML doesn't fall under programming or query or scripting. It falls under markup language. A markup language is something where you write things in terms of tags, and it is basically used to create and hold content. Markup languages are basically used to create and hold content. So yes, that's what HTML is going to do. It is simply going to create content for you and hold it for you and create web pages. That's why it falls under the category of markup language. That's it. That's what HTML is. Just like HTML, there is one more language, XML. You might have heard of it, maybe. That is also used for holding content, holding data. So that's also a markup language. So markup languages are kind of languages which are basically used to deal with content and data. Programming languages are used to deal with logic, right? Calculations, programming and scripting. Query languages are used to basically query databases, right? Ask questions, get data. So just like that. Simple. Oh, okay, my frame, right? Okay, let me just put this notepad here. I hope now you can see it, right? Hopefully, guys. Okay, perfect. So that's what it is. That's it. So HTML falls under this category. Yes, yes. Now I can see my frame on the YouTube. So now I'll try to move it everything on the right only. So don't worry about that. So guys, that's it. That's what HTML is. Simple. Okay. So I hope from now on you will never forget this basic definition of what exactly is HTML. So never answer anything else. This is the correct thing. Now, according to your understanding, you can also change this answer. It's totally up to you. Okay. So let's go, guys. Now, yes, you can say HTML is a coding language because coding can be anything. Coding can be anything, like coding can be programming, coding takes everything. So you can say HTML is a coding language, but don't call it a programming language. Okay, it's a markup language. Okay, now then, first things, now whenever you want to write a language in your computer to do something, okay, you need a code editor. Whenever you want to code something, you need a code editor, and for that reason we also need a code editor. Okay, so what you can do is, according to me, you can just go ahead and search for something called as VS Code. Just search for VS Code download, and then you can go on this first link, download Visual Studio Code, and just go here. And now, depending on your PC, simply install the Windows version or the Linux one or the Mac one. Now, I know that you might be already having it. A lot of people who are coding from long time, or even they have started, they might be having it. But again, for all the people who are not using VS Code, I would suggest you to use VS Code. But again, I'm not forcing you. So if you are familiar with Sublime, Atom, Brackets, any other code editor, you're good to go. But just don't use Notepad. That's all I would like to say. Don't use Notepad. That's it. So I am going to be using VS Code. You have already downloaded? Amazing. Amazing. And that's it, guys. That's what we need to start coding today. Nothing else. Just VS Code and browser. That's all. That's it. So browser we already have. You're watching YouTube. That means you also have a browser. And VS Code, just download it. It's a code editor. Kanika, VS Code is a code editor, just like Sublime. So it will help you to write code. So like again, you want to use HTML language to create web pages, right? So you need to write HTML code. So basically, to write HTML code, VS Code is a code editor. Okay, it will now I can also write my code in Notepad, but the problem is Notepad is not so very readable. For example, if I go over 20 lines, 30 lines, Notepad becomes very clumsy, very hard to maintain and read. That's why VS Code. It makes your code look good. It will also help you, assist you in while writing the code. It will auto complete things for you. Okay. Notepad is like all black and white. So there will be a lot of confusion in future. What is tag? What is content? Like that. So yeah, Sublime Text is fine, guys. You can also go ahead with Sublime Text. That is totally fine. You can also go ahead with Notepad++. It's like preference. So I prefer VS Code, right? So again, it's your preference. You can go for Notepad++, Sublime, brackets, anything. Just don't go for Notepad. And again, if you want, you can go for it. I'm not forcing you again. Yep. Okay. So guys, yes, Notepad++ is fine. I think it's good. I have used it maybe a lot of time back, so it's good. I know. Okay. And not only HTML, guys. Yes, exactly, Omshi. Not only HTML. You can also go ahead and like write Java, C Sharp, anything in here, JavaScript, anything. Okay. So it is overall a very, very good editor, and right now one of the top editors in the world. Okay. So yeah, you can go for it. Try it once. Okay, guys. So once you have installed it, okay, after that, just install it like a normal software, and then just search for Visual Studio Code, and here we go, VS Code. Okay, that's it. Open it, and you will get something like this for the first time. It will look something like this. For HTML and CSS, I don't think, yes, we don't need any extensions, guys. We can use pure proper VS Code without any extension. It gives you by default support of HTML and CSS. So don't worry about that. So this is what we'll get for the first time. Now again, We don't need this get started page. Just close it, and here we go. Pure proper VS Code. But I think I have two VS Codes open. Here we go. Both blank ones. So let me just close one of them. And here we go. Blank. Now then, let's also go ahead and create a folder where we will store all our coding files, and that file will be shared to you at the end of the course. So let's go and create a new folder, and let me just call it HTML hyphen CSS hyphen ESS. That means HTML CSS essential. That's it. Here we go. Now then, let's open this folder in VS Code so that we can easily create files and all that stuff. So let's go, guys. File, open folder, and just it's on my desktop, so I'll go to desktop, and here we go. HTML CSS ESS, that is my folder name. Open it, and all set. That folder is opened here, and now I can simply go ahead and create files, create folders, do everything. And don't worry, guys, it is like the shortcut to your folder. Whatever you do here, it will actually happen in your real folder. So don't think, sir, I will do everything here, so what my folder? Your folder shortcut is opened here. Whatever you do here will reflect to your main folder only. Okay, that's cool. Okay, guys, so let's go and let's start with the things. So now we know that to start writing any kind of code, first thing is we need a file. Everything in my computer is going to be a file, right? Everything that we have, a video, a movie, anything that we have in our computer is a file. So just like that, when you want to start coding HTML, you also need to create files. Okay, so now again, let's go. Let's click on this first link. See this first image here, first icon. This is for new file. See that? Let me just zoom it a little bit so that you can see it. Here we go. This one, first one. Just click on that, and now it will give you access to create a file. So you can call it anything. Let me call it first. And then you need to mention the extension so that PC can understand what kind of file it is and how should I treat it. You know, right? Like if your video file extension is MP4, that's how your PC understands that I have to play this. If your file extension is MP3, that's how your device understands it's an audio file. So extension is very, very important. Okay, so now your HTML file extension should be always HTML or HTM. That is also allowed, but again, personal preference, I always use HTML. No confusion at all. Either you can have HTML or HTM, but HTML. So my file name is first dot extension is HTML, and that's it. You can see VS Code adding icon here. That means VS Code understood what I'm trying to create. It is blur, are you sure? Because I'm also watching it on YouTube, Prapti. It's perfectly fine for me. So guys, for all the people who are finding it blur, the video, just go ahead and just see if sometimes I think the YouTube app does this, right? It decreases the video quality. So just go ahead in the settings and just increase the video quality there, and it might be normal again. Because I'm so sorry, but I'm also watching it here and it's perfectly fine. So just guys, it might be the internet or it might be the app sometimes. Just go ahead and increase the quality. That's it. Okay, please do that, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. Please do that. Okay, so now guys, we have created our first HTML file, and now here we can actually start coding. Okay, so let's go and let's create a very basic HTML code that will do something for us. Okay, so let's go, guys. So now, how to start coding in HTML file? As I mentioned, everything in HTML is going to be a tag. We have a tag for everything. So whatever we write here is going to be a tag, and it's going to do something. So guys, let's go and let's actually start. So let's see what is the basic code that you always need in HTML file. Just like in every programming language, you always have a basic thing, right? It's like that. Let's see what is the basic code that you need in a HTML file. Let's go, everyone. So the first thing you need is a HTML tag. Always in a HTML file, the first thing you need is a HTML tag. Okay. Inside this, you should have a head tag. Oh, sorry, I wrote H1 by mistake. You should have a head tag. See, VS Code is helping me. Can you see that? It's giving me options like, what do you want, head or header? I want head. And I open the tag and it closes by default for me. So guys, every tag has an opening and a closing. So see, this is HTML tag opening and this is closing. So every tag is opened like this and then closed with a slash of that exact same tag. डिक्लेयर नहीं करेंगे क्या? डोंट वरी, डायरेक्ट डिक्लेयर कर दूंगा तो HTML5 हो जाएगा ना, तो मैं आपको HTML कैसे समझा पाऊंगा? तो पहले HTML समझते, फिर HTML5 पे आएंगे, है कि नहीं? डायरेक्टली तो नहीं जा सकते. So now guys, every tag here has a opening and a closing. Okay, so you have to open a tag like this and then write the same tag again with a slash, and that's what you consider as a closing. Okay, so HTML, then inside the HTML tag you have a head tag, and after head you should always have a body tag. Okay, so basically, yes, not every tag, don't worry, there is also a catch to it. Directly, we cannot tell it directly, right? Not every tag has it. We'll talk about that slowly. We'll understand why exactly some tags don't have a closing. Okay, and then inside head again you have a title tag. So this is how the basic HTML code looks like. This is how the basic HTML code look like. HTML, inside HTML you have head and body, and inside head you have title. Now guys, what do these tags mean? Let's try to understand that. So I'm not directly going anywhere. We have to understand what do these tags actually mean. So now the first HTML tag basically says that, okay, fine, it is HTML file. Yes, I know, Shabas. Firstly, Doctype. Don't worry. I'll tell you why Doctype is used. Don't worry. Okay? Don't worry, guys. So now the first and the most important tag HTML basically says, okay, fine, this is your HTML document. Simple. This is your HTML document. Inside that, you have head and body. Now, let me mention why head is used and why body is used. Head is a tag in which you will always keep all the information about your web page, right? What is the title, right? What are the keywords for this web page in future? Okay, what are the links this web page is using? Inside head tag, you always try to keep the extra information about the web page. Inside head tag, we always keep the extra information about the web page. Always remember this, guys. And inside the body tag, we put the actual things that we want to create: the images, text, video, audio. So understand, guys, never forget it. Why these things are named as head and body? Head in computer world, in digital world, head area is always used for extra information. That is not directly for the users. It might be always for the browsers or something like that. So head is always for extra information. Body is always for the actual things that you want to display on the web page. Is that clear, guys? So that's why we have head and body. So your document is having a head, which will keep the extra information, and the body, which will actually display the actual output, the images, audio, text, all that stuff. Okay. Now then, understand, guys. This was the way we used to follow till HTML version 4. Now HTML as a language is improving slowly. Is improving, right? So this was what we used to write till HTML 4. Then after that, HTML version 5 came, and currently that is the standard we are following, HTML version 5. And in HTML version 5, the W3C, that stands for World Wide Web Consortium, the authority that keeps track and maintains these languages like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, they introduced HTML5. And then they said, now your HTML document should have a doc type HTML tag on the top, which will tell the browser that this is a HTML5 document. If you don't put this, this will be treated as a HTML4 document, and some features might not work. Some tags maybe might not work. Some things will not be supported by the browser. So that's why you need to mention this if you want all the recent features to be used. Now it's not very new, guys. It's like 6 to 7 years till HTML5 was introduced. So it's been long. But again, just wanted to let you know that this tag is what tells the browser that this is a HTML5 document, treated as such. Understood why this thing is important, everyone? So yep, that's how it goes. That's what your normal HTML document looks like. This is the starter code of any HTML file. That's why this is also called as a boilerplate. A boilerplate is nothing but, guys, a starter code of anything, a starter part of anything. So this is boilerplate code of an HTML file. That's it. It's just a fancy name. Even if you don't know it, it's totally fine. It's not very mandatory to know. But yeah, in programming world, in digital world, we talk about things like that. So yeah, This is a boilerplate of HTML. That's it. So now guys, let's see first how to see what this HTML code is creating for me. It's very important, right? So let's see. So for that guys, save this. Okay, save, always save your code, never forget, in any language always save your code. And now, since this is a HTML file, and inside the HTML file you have a HTML code, and as I mentioned, HTML code and HTML file are basically used to create what guys? Web pages. So if I am creating a web page, what is the proper place to run and execute a web page? A browser, right? You cannot see a web page somewhere other than a browser, somewhere else than a browser. That's why what you have to do is just right click on your page in VS Code if you are, and then just go to this option, copy path. Just copy this path and then go in your favorite browser. I think it should be Chrome. Don't go in IE because a lot of features are not supported there, but you can go there if you want. But I would suggest you to go to Google Chrome. It supports everything and it is one of the best browsers around. You can also go to Mozilla. So just go in your browser, open a new tab, and just paste your path there. That's it. Enter. And here we go. A really good looking white web page. Okay, just kidding. Don't worry. We'll add some elements here after some time. But yep. So now, guys, you have created your first web page, which is doing nothing. Obviously, it will do something in some time. Don't worry about that. And here you go, a good looking white web page. But guys, you have actually created your first web page and you are running it. You're seeing its output. Sir, can we use live server? Yes, you can definitely use it. This is for all the people like who should know all the basics first, like before live server. This is very important. What if you someday don't have live server? So what will you run? How will you run it? Okay, that's why live server is a secondary option. First, you should know how to do it normally in the core, right? So guys, doctype. Okay, someone is asking what about doctype HTML? It is simply a tag which tells the browser that this is a HTML5 document. This is HTML5 document. That's it. Okay, yeah, you can definitely, guys. If you know live server, you can use it. I am not using it right now. I'll use it tomorrow, maybe, when everyone is comfortable with this basic thing first. This is what you should always know, because live server will not be available everywhere. Okay, guys. So that's it. Now, let's talk about things one by one. Okay, everyone. Now you can see here that by default, if you see here, your file name is written first.html. See that, guys? First.html. But if you go to Google, you'll see there is a beautiful icon here and then written Google. In my case, there is a very simple world icon and first.html. You can see here it's a good icon in Google. If you go to like something like facebook.com, right? You can see here, see guys, you have a really good Facebook icon and here it is written Facebook login or sign up. So then question is, why in our case it's file name? Or what do I have to do if I want to change it? So very simple. The text that you see here is actually maintained by the title tag. As I mentioned, guys, in HTML, for everything there is a tag. So title tag is responsible for putting the content here. And right now, you don't have any content inside the title tag. That's why you can only see your file name. By default, it is the setting. So if you want to change it, don't worry, just go in your title tag and just write anything. Like for example, fake Google, something like that. Whatever you want to write, guys. This is just a joke, okay? Fake Google. So save it. Always, guys, save it. And again, go in your browser and just refresh it. That's it. Don't open and close it again, guys. A lot of people do it. Don't do that. Okay? Whatever you do in your file, save it. It's already open on a browser. Just go and refresh. And now you can see, here we go. We have fake Google written here. And don't worry about the icon. I'll also teach you that. Just not now because you're not ready. There are few things that we need to learn before we understand how to put icons like Google and Facebook here. Okay, so I'll teach you that. Don't worry. So guys, understanding the basic setup, everyone. Now then, let's go in the body area and let's see what it does. Because right now I can see I have a complete blank white page. I don't have any element here. So let's start creating the elements, guys. Should we? Let's start creating the elements. As I mentioned, guys, HTML is used to create web pages. That we have done. Guys, we have created one web page. Really cool, amazing. Now then, time to put content on it like text, images, audio, video. Let's go. So let's first start putting text. So now guys, if you want to put a text, nothing, just go and write. For example, hello everyone. It's like that. You can save it. Just go and refresh your web page. Yes, yes, Utal, I'll definitely use live server, just not now, because people should know what is it to not use live server and work normally, right? It's very important to understand. So now guys, again, I have made some changes there in the code. Save it, don't forget, and just come here and refresh. And here we go. Let me zoom it. See, you have your text. Very simple. But this is very normal and plain text, right? Please tell me once again how to start in browser. Yes, Nagavani, just go on your file, right click, copy the path. See this option, copy path? Copy the path, go in your browser and just paste it in the URL bar, and that's it. You will get it. Or one more way, in whatever folder you have created it, just go there and that file will be also available here. See, can you see it's already Chrome icon inside of it, because it knows it's a HTML file. Just double click on that. It will also open the browser. Come on, open it. Yes. And here we go. It opens the exact same thing. So you can also do this. Okay. Same thing. So let me close this. We don't want to open multiple browsers, right? It will use all my RAM. Okay. So yep, guys, that's it. One open is enough. Now you can just refresh it continuously. That's fine. Okay. Cool, guys. So let's start learning now, because this is not the aim only to put a plain text. So let's start learning some tags, guys, because you can see whatever plain text I put here, it is looking very normal. So what if I want to put some text in a good way, like in a bolder or more sized way? Do I have anything like that? Okay, so let's see. So guys, the first set of tags that we are learning today are the heading tags, which are basically used to create headings. When I say headings, that means bolder and bigger text for your web pages. So let's go. So the first thing that we are learning is something called as H1, which is the heading tag. Okay, and the biggest heading tag. Okay, it will create the biggest and the boldest text for you. Now don't worry, we can also create something bigger than this, but that's a different thing. Let's first start with normal H1. Let's go step by step. So let's just write hello everyone. Save it, and here we go. See that? Simple. See, if I write a normal text, just compare what is the difference between a normal text and a heading text. See, this is your normal text, and this is a text that you have written inside H1. See, difference between both of them. सर आप HTML लेक्चर में JS यूज करोगे, इस सेशन का तो प्लान मेरा सिर्फ HTML और CSS का है, तो मैं आपको बहुत सारा डिजाइनिंग सिखाने वाला हूं. So the whole plan for these 3 sessions is learning HTML and CSS. So I'm not planning to like teach you any JS in this. Okay, because I took a JS session just few days back, I think few weeks back. So yeah, not planning to do that, but let's see if in any case we require it, I'll definitely use it. How to save it? Namita, just press Control S. Just press Control S. Control S is the shortcut, guys, for saving. Okay. Now then, just like H1, you also have a tag called as H2, and it's a little smaller than H1. See that? A little smaller than H1. And just like that, you have H2 to H6. What's happening? Yep. H6 is the final one, guys. Don't go beyond that. You can try it. Nothing will happen in that case. Yep. And every other tag is just smaller than the previous one. That's it. You have 6 heading tags, H1 to H6. That's all. After doing this, just hit Control S for save, and then save it. And here we go. See that, guys? Every other is just smaller than the previous one. Now, guys, again, we are just learning this. Sir, आपने कैसे copy किया? Control C, normal, Nimesh, normal. Control C, Control V, normal shortcut of our computer. That's it. Can we? Yeah, totally fine. See, guys, right now I'm just writing all of them together just to show you that all the different sizes like this. But it's up to you. You can only write h6. That's totally fine. Okay, like I can remove this complete thing and see only h6. Fine. If I want more than 6, then it will be possible. No, Jaydev. Uh, Don't worry, right? Nowadays, we don't even use till h6. We have CSS for that. Just understand that these tags are there for creating heading and bolder and bigger text. But nowadays, we have much more better approaches than these. So don't worry. We'll also see that. But let's start with the basics. Okay. So these are the 6 heading tags you have for 6 different sizes. But mostly, we are not going to use it. Yes, you heard it correct. We're not going to use it. We're going to use CSS to actually give sizes to our text. So don't worry, just wait for that time. I'll show you. But yeah, by default, these are the 6 tags that you have to create headings of different sizes. Okay, everyone? So yep, that's how you put normal text. Yes, H1 is the largest size. Now guys, let me just get it back, save it. And see guys, whatever shortcuts I'm using are all the normal things that you use in Notepad. So Control C is for copy, Control V is for paste, Control S is for save. Okay. Each letter H should start with big font, then the succeeding letter should be reduced. Each letter H should start with big font. No, you should never write your tags in caps if that is the question. Guys, even if you write your tags in caps, it will still work, but always avoid it. It is not a good practice. According to W3C, writing your tags in uppercase, it is not a good practice. So never write your tags in capital letters. Always complete lowercase. Okay, always. What to do if we want to add an icon, I'll show you, don't worry. But before that, we need to be ready with something. We have to learn about attributes as well before we move on to that. So don't worry, by the end of today's session, I will show you how to do that. Don't worry. But before that, let's learn a few more things, right? Okay. Okay, guys. Now guys, one more thing. Let's say now I want to remove this from my code. Okay, so that I don't want this output, right? I don't want this output, so I want to remove it. But actually, let's say I'm planning to share this file with you. So but I don't want this in output, but I want it to be in the coding file. So what can I do? Because if I remove it, it will be gone. So for that, guys, you can give comment. Like you can just select this code and press Control slash. It will comment the code. It will comment the code. That's it. That means now it will be ignored by the browser. That's it. But it is still in the code. According to the browser, it's not there, but it is still in the code. That's what a comment is. It will always be in the code, but it will be ignored by the executor, like the browser here. Nope, sir, my question is in hello. H should be bigger than E. No, no, it's not like that. Again, see, it's up to me. Smiley heart, I think, okay, so your question was, do I have to always start with capital? No, 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 it's up to me. I can also write, it's just, I was just following an approach of starting with camel. It's up to me, it's up to me. See guys, as I mentioned, HTML is not a logical language. It doesn't force you to do anything. It's up to you. Write whatever you want in whatever way you want to display it. Okay, guys? Okay. Shortcut of comments, control slash. Control plus slash is the shortcut. And again, to uncomment, if you want to do it, select everything again and just press control slash. Uncomment. Again, everything is back. And if you want to comment again, just select and press control slash. And again, it's commented. That's it. So control slash for comment and control slash for uncomment. Same thing. Okay. Sir, it is a case sensitive language. No, it is not, but you should always go with lowercase. See guys, this is content. This is not HTML. This is content. It is your wish. How do you want to display it on the browser? But yeah, when you're writing tags, you have to always put it in lowercase. It's a good practice. It is not case sensitive. It will not give you any error. Like no, write it in lowercase only. But it's our job to write it in lowercase. Always. Backward or forward? Forward. Sukanya, I always use the forward slash. So yeah, forward one. Okay, guys. So now then, let's move ahead and let's talk about the few more tags. Now you can see this top hello everyone is still here. So let's remove that as well. We don't want it. So cut it here. Now guys, let's talk about some more tags. Everyone, Can we learn HTML CSS in 3 days? Yes, a lot of it actually. Not completely, but a lot. So guys, let's go. Yes, I will definitely explain you box model trunk. Not today maybe, because today we are trying to cover HTML, but tomorrow when we start with CSS. So guys, the next tag that I'm explaining you today is paragraph tag. But before that, let me show you the problem. So let's say I am planning to write 2 paragraphs on my web page. I'm planning to display text, okay, with 2 paragraphs. So let's create it. So first of all, I need some content for it. So let's just go and search like India, and let's just take some content about India. So India, and let's just take some content like this much, okay, and let's just print it here, okay. You can see I have copied that much text. It's quite big, so let me just put a little enter in between that. I think this much should be enough. Yep. Okay, guys. Yes, don't worry. We'll also show you lorem. Don't worry. It's a secret. First, understand the problem. Then it will be very easy to understand the solution. Direct solution is always bad, right? If you don't understand the problem. So, guys, yes. Don't worry. I'll definitely try. Let's understand. For everyone, for all the starters, people should understand the problems. So now, guys, see. So I basically pasted a dummy text here, okay, just to create a paragraph. So save it, and here we go. Fine, a good looking paragraph. Okay, I need one more paragraph, so I copy it and I just give some gaps so that some gaps will be there, and I paste it again. Now let's see what's happening on the browser, guys. Let's see. Nope, nothing is happening. I don't have the gaps that I created here. That's a problem, guys. The gaps that you give on HTML page are never considered. These gaps will be never considered for the browser output. These things still be considered in a single line. So you ended here, you started after some gap, but here it is still considered as a single paragraph, and that's a problem. So what can we do for this? So for this, guys, in HTML we have a tag called as paragraph tag, which treats text like paragraphs. So what you just have to do is you just have to put this content inside a tag called P, which stands for paragraph. So just take that and put here like this. So see now, P open all the content and P close, and just like that to this as well. P open and put all the content and P close. That's all. Okay, that's it, guys. Yes, BR, but BR is a different thing, right? Right now we're talking about paragraphs. BR is for different stuff, so we'll also talk about that. Don't worry. Okay, BR is for line break, right? In this case, I want to explain paragraphs. So, guys, here we go. Now let's see the output. So this, I want my HTML to consider this as a one paragraph and this as other paragraph. So now let's see what it's going to do. Save it, and here we go. See now, proper good space and behaving like two different paragraphs. That's what I wanted, right, guys? So this is the tag that we are using, P tag. One more thing, guys. Now see here, to create a paragraph, now I know that I am not putting any real content here. It is just for education purpose or just for some dummy purpose. Okay, so I didn't have any content, so I had to go to Google and copy some content from there. So but what if now these type of things I'm going to need a lot of times in future when I am creating sites for clients. At that time I also have to put a lot of dummy content here and there. Before I put the real content, I have to put a lot of dummy content just to see how it will look like. So am I always going to go to Google and copy some content? It's bad. So HTML understands it that web designers might need some dummy content for some time before they put real content. That's why what HTML does is, or your code editors, what they do is they allow you something called as lorem. Okay, it is like a universal dummy text. So just write it, you'll get the shortcut, enter, and see. It generates a dummy paragraph for you. See that? It generates a dummy paragraph for you, dummy content for you, right? And it is a universally accepted dummy content, which also looks good. So yeah, that's the best part. That's it. So now you'll have 2 paragraphs like this. Save it, and again here we go. You can always use this lorem, and yes, you can also do multiplied by 100, or some in some editors you directly write lorem 100, so it will give you that many words and that many lines. Is that clear, everyone? So you can always use this as your dummy content rather than copying some actual content from somewhere which might look bad. Okay. No, Vaishnavi, it's up to us actually. If I want to use this as my dummy content, I can use this, or I can create some dummy content somewhere else and I can copy and paste it. It's just about saving time. That's all. You can use any text. No one is stopping us. It's just this is a universally accepted dummy content. That's why we are using this. That's it. Cleared? That's all. And everywhere people use this all over the world. So it's like a good standard. That's it. So just in any editor, just go and write lorem and just hit enter once you get this, and it will generate 2-3 lines of dummy text for you very simply. Okay, that's it, guys. Dummy content. This thing, guys, if you're creating a site and if you don't want to make it live, you just want to test it by putting some content. So what can you do, guys? If you need a paragraph just for some dummy reason, okay, I want to just put it and check it. What will you do? Either you'll go on some site, copy it, or you will write something like this, right? Which eventually looks bad. See, it will write something like, okay, fine, I need a paragraph. Let's write something like this. It will look very bad. That's why basically the web developers have created a really cool dummy content like this. Okay, that's all. That's all. Some random content, some good content. Okay, everyone, which looks good and fine. Okay, guys, so that's it. That's what lorem is. But yeah, the most important thing here to understand was the p tag. So I really hope that everyone understood it. Okay, what's the default size of the web page? Because the paragraph is too length, they seem line by line. How that's Yes, I know, because I have zoomed my browser. This is normally what it looks like. So my browser is big, right? That's why my screen is actually big. That's why it looks like this. Okay, it has a big resolution. So that's why I've zoomed the browser. By default, the size of the text on your browser is, I think, 16 pixels. Is the indent necessary? No, the indent is not necessary. I just do it so that my code looks good. You can see everywhere I've indented. See that? HTML, then one indent, head, then one indent, title. This actually makes the code very understandable for me, that this is the child, this is the parent, this is the content, this is the tag. It makes it very understandable, guys. That's why I don't write my code like this. See, it looks very messy. I cannot understand where my tag is opening or where it is closing. See that? See, looks bad, right? That's why I always indent parent, then for child I indent one, then for again one more child I just indent. So just a tab, that's it. How many paragraph? Infinite paragraphs. It's up to you. It's like asking, sir, how many products I can put on my website? It's up to you. There's no limit. No one is stopping us. Okay, cool, guys. So indentation is not mandatory. It's just a good thing to put so that the code is readable, because I can also put my p tag like this. See, completely ill structured. It will still work. See that? It's just look bad. That's it. Now, guys, let's move ahead and let's talk about how to put image on your web page. Guys, should we? Everyone, can we move ahead? Let's talk about how to put image on your web page. Very important. So let's go. So now, guys, before we move ahead, we need to learn one more thing. Okay, we need to learn one really important thing before we move ahead. That is, tags are not the only thing in HTML. Tags are not the only thing in HTML. We also have a concept of attributes, or we also call them as properties. So, guys, see, some tags work directly, they do something, but some tags have limited feature or no feature at all. Okay, so guys, tags also have something called as attributes or properties, which do something or sometimes enhance the feature of tags. Tags also have something called as attributes and properties, which either do something for that tag or maybe sometimes enhance the features of that tag. For example, so first of all, how to write it? So you write a tag. Let's say this is the opening and here goes the content and this is the closing. Okay. So now, guys, attributes are always written in opening tag and after the tag name. So attribute or property, whatever you call it, equal to the value. And some tags might have multiple attributes. So just give a space, and you can also write attribute number 2 and value. So guys, there are few tags which do nothing by default. Sometimes they need attributes. There are few tags which do something, but few attributes enhance their features more. And there are some tags which are completely fine working without the attribute as well, like p tag. It can completely work fine without the attribute. So just understand, guys, attributes are nothing but properties of a tag which may do something or which may enhance the features of a tag, because there are a lot of tags which don't do anything by default. Okay, so that's how you write attributes, guys, in the opening tag after the tag name. Okay, and just like that, guys, you have a tag called as img, which does nothing by default. So a great example of a tag doing nothing by default, it requires an attribute, and the attribute name is, just give a space, guys, again in the opening tag, give a space called as src, give a space and write an attribute called as src, which stands for source. And here you have to mention the image file path or the source or the url of the image that you want to load. So image tag is responsible for creating the image on the browser, and in the source attribute you need to mention which image you want to load. Okay, so let's go and let's download the image quickly first. So let's go on browser and let's download. Let me just again search Thor. Again, I always search this. Okay, so let's just go and download image like this. Right click. Okay, it's a very big image actually. Let me just download something very small. This is also big. Okay, let's download it first. Right click, save image as. Okay, in your folder. So where is my folder? Yep, HTML, CSS, ESS. Name it something like Thor and save it. Cool, all set. Now you'll see in your folder you have the Thor image. See that? Thor.jpg. Now you just have to go here and put dot slash. That means in the current folder only, I have an image called Thor.jpg. And now then, this image tag will create this image for you on the web page. And one more thing, guys, image tag is considered as an empty tag. That means it will never gonna have any content between opening and closing, because the whole job of image tag is done via the src. It will never have any content like this, never. That's why HTML understood, the language understood, that no need to create a separate slash img, it's a waste of code. So they basically suggest you don't put something like this. Then they introduced that, okay, fine, you can, if you want to close the tag, just close it here at the end. So instead of closing it like with slash img, just close it here. But then in HTML5, they also said that no need of this as well. I will understand. Internally, I will understand that it's a image tag and I'll close it. You don't have to do it. So you can write a tag just like this, because the image is an empty tag. That's why no need to close it. Is that clear, guys? Now save it. And let's just go here, refresh, and here we go. You can see the image. It's quite big, I know that, but here we go. But still it's quite big. So let's make it a little smaller. So guys, image tag has few more attributes. One of them is height. I can just give height 300 pixels. And here we go. Quite less, right? Okay, let me just zoom the page first. And now can you just give it like around 400 pixels. And here we go. Guys, understood everyone? So that's how you put image. And not only height, it also has an attribute of width. Normally I only give height or width, because if you give height and width both, you need to make sure that you know both of them. Because if I give height 400 and width 200, see what will happen. The image is getting compressed because I don't know the actual ratio. That's why I either give height or width. So if I give height, according to that, width will be adjusted. If I give width, according to that, height will be adjusted. That's what the browser does. Just teach them height and width when you get to CSS. Yes, Parker, don't worry. I'll do that, because yes, in CSS, the first properties that we should learn is height and width. But we should also know, right, that height and width is very important in image tag as well. If we are learning HTML, that we should know everything about HTML. not only the shortcuts, right? Okay, cool guys. So yep, so either give height or give width until and unless you know the complete ratio. Okay, so here we go. I just give height, width is automatically adjusted. Is that clear guys? Everyone? So yep, image tag in src mention the path of the image. It can be online path, it can be a downloaded path. Right now it's in the same folder, that's why I can simply write dot slash file name. That's it. And then just give height to it. Everyone, are we cleared guys? And you also have one more attribute that is actually very very important, that you should always put in an image tag. That is the alt tag. According to W3C, you should always put this attribute. Okay. In this, you can write some description about the image. Like I can write Thor, just like that. Now, first of all, in the output, nothing will be there. In the output, nothing will be there related to this. But guys, have you ever seen that sometimes, based on if the internet is not working or some for some weird reasons, when the image doesn't load, have you ever seen guys that time some text is displayed with a cut of an image, some text is displayed guys? Have you ever seen that? Okay, for example, let me just do it. Maybe I have to go to settings and search for content settings. Maybe where can I get it? Yeah, yep, see this guys, see this. Now I did it by like I did it forcefully in Chrome, but yep, here we go. So see, here comes Thor, the alt that you gave. And not only for this alt is required. Now just think, when you search something on Google, how does it go on all the sites and takes image? How does it know that this image matches your search? It reads the alt. So if you also want Google and search engines to read your images properly, you should always put good description in alt about your image. Okay, that's it. Now again, let me just get it back. I basically turned the setting off about displaying images. Okay, that's it. My image link is very short because my image name is very short. Now see guys, if I put my image in a different folder, so let me create a folder here like images, and let me put this image there. Now see, my image is in a images folder. So now I cannot see it because this image is not available. Now I have to go inside the folder. So now my path will be long. I have to go like dot slash images slash thor.jpg. That's my path now. In the current folder, there is an images folder, and inside the images folder, there's my image like that. And here we go. Is it clear, guys? Everyone? So that's how you put an image in your web page, guys. So everyone, are we cleared with the basic HTML that we have done today, guys? So now we know how to create a web page. Now we know. Kindly show how to add a video maybe from YouTube. Okay, directly from YouTube or a downloaded video. Let me show you. I'll show you how to add a video directly from YouTube tomorrow. But let me for now just download a video and show you. But for that, I need a video first. So let me just get a video. I might be having it somewhere. Guys, don't worry. I might be definitely having a video somewhere. Let me just get it. When can I have it? Um, please, please. Yep, here we go. So I have a video here, guys. Let me just copy it and put it in my folder. Desktop, HTML, CSS, CSS, and let's not call this folder images. Let's call this folder media because I'm storing my images and video, everything, right? Yes, image is a void element or an empty element. You can call it like that. So guys, let me just put my video here. The video is film.mp4 file. Okay, everyone, you can see now I have two things, a film.mp4 file and a thor.jpg. Guys, so let's see how to put a video on your web page, everyone. And it's very easy, very easy. So let's go, guys. Let's go. So for that, guys, HTML gives you a really cool tag called as video. And inside that, you can mention a new tag called as source. And then source tag again is an empty tag, so no need to put a slash like that, or no need to close it separately with slash. No need to close it separately again. No need. Source again is an empty tag. So whenever something is an empty tag, guys, no need to close it. And then just put src here, and again dots. Okay. First of all, now my folder name is not images, it's media. So don't forget to change it here, guys. Media. Okay. And here then dot slash media slash film.mp4. Let's see if I'm getting it. So video tag, inside that source tag, and then src your video file. Save it, and let's see, are we getting any output for this, guys? Let's just confirm it once. Here we go. We have it. It's quite big, right? So we can also adjust it. Let's go. Give it a width of 400 pixel. No height, only width. Height will be adjusted accordingly. Here we go. But right now I cannot play it, because to play it, I need that buttons, right? Play, pause, and all that stuff. No need to worry. In your video tag, you have an attribute called as controls. And just like empty tag, guys, it is an empty attribute. No need to put any value for it. Just controls. That's it. Save it. And here we go. Now see, we have everything. Play pause button, a seek bar, a full screen button, an audio button, and also this playback speed and picture in picture. Let's play it. Don't worry about the sound, guys. It's coming. Definitely, it's on my earphones right now. So that's how you pull a video. So you can just move ahead. Everything. Anything, whatever you want. You can just also put this. Seek it anywhere you want. It's up to you. Cleared, guys? I hope it's everyone's favorite scene, right? Of the Infinity War. One of the best scenes of Marvel. Okay. So, yep, guys. That's how you put a video. And just like that, you also put an audio. Just like that. If you have an audio file, now I have to let me just check if I have audio file so that I can show you that as well. If I have audio file, let me just check. I don't know if I have it. Yes. I am actually a fan of superhero movies. So I also watch I watch anything related to superheroes, sci-fi. I watch literally everything. Okay, so let me just check if I have, guys, any audio. I don't know if I have it. Let me just see. Do I have any? Please, do I have any audio? Okay, not here. I don't think so. I have any audio, guys. That's the problem. Please, no audio. Wow. Any audio? Yep, here we go. Yep, yes, I have audio, guys. Vaishnavi is asking, I didn't understand how to play video or how to add buttons. As I mentioned, Vaishnavi, you just have to add this attribute controls in your video tag. That's it. Is it clear, Vaishnavi? Just add this controls. That's all you need to do. If I don't do it, see then, no control. See that? It's looking like an image. Is it clear, Vaishnavi? Just have to add this controls. Focus, guys. Focus. I want everyone of you to focus. Sorry. Yep. Just add this controls attribute and that's it. It will add all the buttons and everything because these things are called as controls, right? That's it. Now, guys, let's add audio. So now I have audio. Hopefully have it. Did I copy it? No. Let me just copy it from here. I have a rain sound. It's like that. Let's go on desktop and again store it there in the same folder. Guys, I have a rain audio file. So let's go, guys. Let's try to add audio as well. So it's exactly similar, guys. It's just instead of a video tag, you have an audio tag. That's it. Again, inside that, same thing. Source and then src dot slash media slash rain audio mp3. And don't forget, guys, again, controls. वीडियो नीचे चाहिए तो थोड़ा css यूज कर लेंगे हिरेन. So guys, again, don't worry, I'll let you know about all that stuff. Just wait a minute. Save it and let's see what is coming for this. And here we go. See that, guys? You cannot see your audio, so you only can see the controls, but you have everything. Seek bar, volume button, everything, playback speed. So you can just play it, and it's here. I can hear it. Don't worry about that, guys. I can definitely hear it. And now, guys, let me answer your question. So a lot of people are asking, sir, how to move them here and there. See, guys, HTML is a language that is only used to create content. Now, to arrange this content, align this content, give them proper size, make it look good, for all that stuff, we have to learn something called as CSS. That is the language that is important. So CSS is nothing but cascading style sheet. It is a styling language which works with HTML to actually align, adjust, give colors, give size, move elements here and there. That's what CSS does. It is CSS job to align these elements. HTML job is only to create elements. Understood, guys? It is CSS job to actually align, adjust, move things here and there. By using HTML, you only create content. By using CSS, you actually style it, arrange, align, and do everything like that. Understood, everyone? So yes, so for all the people asking, sir, how to move it down and all that stuff, don't worry. Tomorrow when we start CSS, you will see all of that. But I hope you also tune in tomorrow. So today we only learned how to create content. Tomorrow we'll see how to style these content. Let me show you what does CSS do, guys. Let me show you. Let me go to flipkart.com. I hope it works. It used to work. Let me remove CSS of Flipkart. See, guys. So without CSS, this is how Flipkart looks like. Can you see that, everyone? Only content. Can you see that? Image, text. That's it. Understanding why we need CSS. So right now we're only doing this. So HTML is a language which is used to create content. CSS is a language which is used to style content. Styling means arranging, aligning, giving size, giving colors, all that stuff. Okay, that's what CSS does. It is a styling language which works with HTML content to style them, arrange them, align them, give them size, give them proper colors, and make them look good. Okay, everyone, you can see your Flipkart without CSS. See that, guys? And with CSS, here we go. Understood the importance of CSS, everyone, now? So that's what we're going to be learning tomorrow. We'll start learning CSS tomorrow. And we'll also learn some more contents, don't worry. But yes, the main topic for tomorrow will be CSS. So this is how your Flipkart looks with CSS. So now I hope that everyone understood why do we need CSS. Position in CSS is a big challenge for me. Absolute relative sticky fix. I don't get it all. Hope you will cover. I'll definitely try. Francis, I'll definitely try it. Okay. So guys, are we cleared with what exactly is HTML, everyone, and how to start with it? Please tell me, guys. Just asking once. What is the use of UI UX design? UI is what you see. Whatever you see is called as UI. Like when you go to apple.com, something like some site, here we go. Whatever you see, this is what you call as UI. So if you are designing it, you are a UI designer and you are doing UI designing. Understood? So use of UI designing, your question was what is the use of UI designing, right? So use of UI designing is basically creating UIs, creating designs like this for apps, for websites. And UX is how good your design is in usability, and while using it, how easy it is for the users, while looking at it, how easy it is to look at, how easy it is to use, how easy it is to access. That's what UX is. User experience. User interface, user experience. User interface is what you look at. User experience is how easy and understandable and usable your design is. Okay. So yep, that's what it is. Is that cleared, guys? What about tables, forms, links? Don't worry, we have 2 more days, right? So we'll now start learning CSS, and with it we'll also try to understand forms and tables while going through it. Is that clear? Don't worry, we still have 2 more days, right? So guys, and someone has right, Sai Kumar, what is control here? See, guys, again, Sai, I think you didn't start like join this, the start of the session. Controls is the one which creates these controls. So in audio, if you don't have controls, you won't see anything. Controls is what creates the controls. Display button, seek bar, these are all controls, right? In video tag, if you don't put controls, you will only have the video frame, no controls at all. So you cannot play it and all that stuff. So you need controls there as well. My video is under the image. It might be because your image is bigger or your video is bigger. That's it. You can make your video small. Don't worry about that. Vaishnavi, don't worry if your video is below your image. Right now, whatever is going anywhere, it's fine. It is completely depending upon the size, the default size. Tomorrow, when we learn CSS, I'll show you how to actually adjust all of this by your own will. Right now, they are going here and there depending on their own size. Even I'm not worrying about it. Let them go anywhere. Tomorrow, I'll make them straight. I'll basically force CSS on them and style them according to my things. Okay? Is that clear? Understood everything, but where we have to type the text, it is basically VS Code where you have to write your code. Is that clear, guys? Okay. So everyone who is asking the question about how to adjust and all that stuff, we'll do all of that tomorrow when we start CSS. So I really hope that I will see all of the 600 people tomorrow as well. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for today. We are already about time. It was 7:30, but we are 7:53. So that's it. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see all of you tomorrow when we start with CSS and learn more about HTML and CSS and learn more about all the things. Okay. And let's start with designing. So I hope you guys will be there. And yes, I told you today at the end of the session, I'll show you how to put icon here, right? Let me do it for you. I'll end up with that only. Wait. So let's download an icon first. So let's download anything like let's download a Google icon, as we have fake Google. So let's download a Google icon only. So let's download this one, guys. So right click, save image as. In this media only, let me call it G icon, that is Google icon. Save it. Now then, just have to go in your HTML page, and here in your head section after your title, use a tag called as link. In there, you have to put two attributes. First, relation, put icon in there, and then href, and put your icon file there. So dot slash media slash this. So guys, this is what you have to do. You have to use a link tag in which there is a relation attribute in which you have to put icon, and then in the href attribute you have to put the path of the image that you want to put on the icon place. Save it and let's see. Save it. Guys, can you see that? I hope. There's a Google icon on our page as well. It can be any icon, it's up to you, but that's how you put it. As I promised, I will end up with this only. So here we go. You can see now. You can put any icon, guys. Don't use the Google one. They will sue you for that. So don't do that. Okay, in future. Right now, it's just for dummy purposes. So that's fine. Okay. So now, guys, tomorrow we'll start with CSS. I hope all the 600 people will join. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope to see all of you tomorrow, and also tell your friends and all who want to learn CSS to join as well. Thank you so much, guys. And please, please, please register for the course so that all of these things can be shared to you. And if you're interested in full stack and want to learn more with me, not only HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js, and everything, check out our courses. Just go there and just connect to us and talk about us whatever you want to learn, and we'll help you in that. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Bye bye, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this session. Bye bye. Bye bye, everyone. Have a great night. Bye bye.